Hey guys, it's, about 11:30 on Friday the 13th, and I don't know, I just felt like making a video. I felt kind of like venting. I don't know who's gonna see this, I don't really care. My hair's doing something weird. I felt like making this video just cause, I don't know, maybe it's the Friday the 13th, like, thing in my head, you know what I mean? Like, the mentality of it all. Today just felt lonely. Anybody ever feel like that? Like, I understand that I'm in college and I have a really busy schedule, and so I'm going to be alone most of that because I'm going from class to class to a meal to class. I'm pretty much in my room 2 or 3 hours a day, cumulative, and then like 8 hours of sleeping, if that. Sometimes I only get 5 or 6. I don't know. I just feel very blah right now. And don't get me wrong, I have friends who I know love me. It's just that with a couple of them, some of them back home and some of them here, I feel like it's not as close as it used to be. I feel like it's very mellow right now, where it shouldn't be, you know? And so, I just want to get your guys' thoughts on this. I have some problems in my life that are going on, some personal problems, some academic problems, some problems where I'm just like, I don't even want to fucking deal with this type of problems. You know what I mean? I'm sure you do. Like, everybody has those problems where they're just like, I don't even want to fucking deal with this. This is not something that I want in my life right now. But you have to have it because it's something that's in your life. And I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about depression and how sometimes it can sneak back up on you. And to talk about depression, I had to talk about what caused it. I was treated very badly as a child by certain people in my life. And I'll make a video explaining all of that later. I plan on it, at least. It's just more of a therapeutic thing to make a video about it than a, oh my god, feel sorry for me thing to make a video about it. And so I wanted to explain depression to the people who don't understand it. Depression is one of those things that you never actually get over. I said this in a previous video. Depression is something that once it gets a hold of you is never really gone. I had a friend of a friend this past week, and her best friend tried to kill herself right after we got back to school this week. And it made me start thinking about all the times I contemplated it because of some of the crap that happened and some of the relationships that fell through, and excuse me. And so I wanted to talk about depression and the effect it can have on you. When I was depressed, I was really good at putting on a smile and going to school and making it look like I had no problems, like my life was just so fucking perfect, when it wasn't. When I felt completely alone and like no one understood me, which was pretty much middle school and like freshman and sophomore year of high school. And I explained all the crap that happened sophomore year of high school because that was probably one of the toughest times of my life. And I just almost couldn't deal with it. There was a point in my life where I thought, I think it was the summer between junior and senior year, July specifically. Pretty much like the end of June and most of July, I had a really tough time with it. And I knew it was my depression that was making me think this way. I knew it wasn't my thoughts. I knew it was the thought of that little demon that lives in your head once you get this disease. But it's so hard to fight that. It is. It is so hard to fight that little voice in your head that says it's going to be so much easier to be gone. It's going to be so much easier on everyone else if you were gone. But it's not. It never is. I saw the toll that death took on my family. When my grandma died, it was a really unexpected death. And she was sick for a while, but her death was very sudden. Like, it wasn't cancer, and we knew it could happen any day. She was making a recovery, but then her heart gave out. And I just saw what that did to my mom and my grandpa. I had never seen a grown man cry like that before. I had never seen my mom so broken. And I had never seen my whole family come together out of grief and then split apart out of grief. And so, let me tell you the toll that death takes on a family, especially one like mine where we're okayly close, you know? Like, I'm sorry, something just fell. We're okay in a close way. There's probably 2 people in my family that I'm really close to. I'm really close to my little sister, and I'm really close to my cousin, Cody. And my nephews and my nephew, Colt, especially, because I took care of him for a year, we have a relationship that I think once they become teenagers is going to be very, very valuable to them. I know that. The second he was born, and the second I started taking responsibility for him, because I love my sister, but she's trying to be a good mom, but she's just making, in my opinion, awful decisions that are going to hurt her kids. But I saw the effect I can have on someone's life. The love that can come from a child who loves you no matter what, because they know no difference. They don't know of the awful things that you've done. They don't know of the bad decisions you've made. They don't know of the days that you've lost because you were just trying to numb yourself with alcohol or drugs or anything else that I won't go into details about. They don't know the horrible things that you've had to experience, but they will one day, is always the thought in the back of my head. Colt is going to know one day. I'm going to have to sit him down one day and explain some of the things that either I've done or I've experienced. And I don't know if he's going to love me the same when it's all through. I don't know that. I know that he loves me now. I know that when I talk to him on the phone, my mom tells me he smiles. Today I talked to my nephew Caden, who is 6 months old, and I have nicknames for all my nieces and nephews, and Caden's nickname is Peanut, because when he was born, he was literally shaped like a peanut. Like, he had a teeny body, but a giant head and giant legs. Like, that's where all his baby weight was his legs and his head. And so his body was really tiny and looked exactly like a peanut. And so I just started calling him Peanut. And today, he didn't recognize his name. I called him Caden, and my mom's like, he's not having any reaction. So I called him Peanut, and apparently he just, like, wanted the phone. And that's the kind of effect you can have on someone. I know that my relationship with my nephews is going to shape their life. Whether it be in a good or bad way, I'm going to be an example for them. And an example I want to set is not that of giving up. An example I want to set is not that of letting go just because it's too hard. Because nothing ever is. There's this quote that I came across one time, and it says, "Everything will be fine if you just stop and pray." I actually think my old roommate said that once, and it just kind of stuck with me. And I understand where that's coming from. And even if you're not religious, you have, there's some part of you that's spiritual. I know it. Because there has to be faith in, you have faith in something, whether it's people or an art or yourself. You have faith in something. You have to. You have to believe in something or someone, or you wouldn't be here now. And so, I have faith in myself, and I have faith that God will point me in the right direction, and I have faith that life is never too hard to just give up. I have faith that one day I will know the answers to the questions that I have. But I also know that I may never get those answers until the last day I live. Or till I get to wherever I'm going and they explain it all to me. But I know I'll get those answers. And I know that what I'm going through now is just going to shape me into a person that one day I'm going to be proud to be. But depression is one of those things that makes you think that that's never going to happen. It makes you think, I'm never going to get to any better place. I'm never going to find someone who loves me. I'm never going to be successful. My parents are never going to be proud of me. I'm never going to live up to their expectations. I'm never going to be a good role model for anyone. And I'm never, ever, ever going to love myself. But let me tell you that that is bullshit. Plain bullshit. Because someone out there is meant to love you. There was a kid this week. His name was Eric. And he committed suicide because he had a really bad coming out experience. So did Jamie a few months ago. And the 6 or 7 last year, starting with Tyler Clementi, and going on for months. Life after life after life, just gone. Just gone. And we don't know the what ifs. We don't know if one kind word would have saved them. Or if one person not laughing would have made a difference. Or one person actually okay, Tyler put on his Facebook that he was going to jump off the George Washington Bridge. And people liked it. They liked it on Facebook. And I don't know if they thought it was a joke or what, but I find that heartbreaking that no one called him or texted him or raced to find him to get him to stop. I would have done that. Tyler, if you can hear me, I would have done that. If I had known you, I would have done that. And this isn't just about gay kids committing suicide. This is about kids. This is about children. These guys were children. He was a freshman in college. Okay? There was anywhere from 11 years old to 20 years old taking their lives. This Eric kid, I think he was 19 or 20, somewhere in there. He was in his late teens. And he made the most beautiful YouTube video short film thing. And it was breathtaking. I watched it. It was breathtaking. And I just can't tell you what an artist we lost. He directed it and wrote it and starred in it, and it was beautiful. It was the most beautiful short film with no words. It had no words, it had music, and it had cinematography, and it was just wonderful. and he took his life. He decided it was too hard. And we did that to him. Every single one of us that has ever laughed at a gay joke, every single one of us who has ever called someone weird or disowned your child. If you've ever disowned your child, trust me, it's not too late. If I came out to my parents tomorrow and they said that they could not be in contact with me anymore, and it took them till their deathbed to contact me, I would still go. Because it's all a child wants. Is to be loved by their parent. Loved by someone. No matter how old you are, you're still their child. No matter who you are still their child. I know people, I know of parents who visit their kids who have committed crimes, felonies, murders, rapes, stuff on that level, who have raped children, and their parents still visit them in prison, but would disown them for being gay. And that makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. I can't tell you. I can't tell you the heartbreak I felt when I heard about this today. Because it's just another one. It's another one that we've lost. I'm sorry, I'm trying to compose myself. And I just wanted to put this message out there. That if you ever feel those thoughts, you need to get in contact with me. And I will talk you through it. And I will help you to understand that it's not your fault and it's nothing you could control. And that those kids one day will work for you. Because the gays run the world. Let's be totally honest. The gays run the world. And one day we will have our victory. And one day we will have something to show for all of this. But that day may never be in our lifetime. And I'm okay with that on a level, because I know that my children and my nephews and my niece, one day they will live in a world that no matter who they are accepted. No matter who they are loved. And and if any of them watch this in a few years, in about 10 when they're all teenagers or so, when they're all teenagers, and they're in high school, and they're thinking, what's the point? Let me tell you, the point is the future. The point is the love that you will get. And the point is the love that I have for you now, because I do. You are the only things in this world that I love more than my next breath. And I would give anything for you. And I love you so much. I love every single person watching this video. And I want you to know that no matter what, I'm going to stand by you. Just like the song says, I'm going to stand by you. Through thick and thin and rough and smooth and high and low tides, I will be there. Because I think everyone needs that person. And I would be honored to be that person. So I just wanted to make this video to explain it to you guys. Because I don't know who understands and who doesn't. And I know it's a very serious video that I'm making right now. But I needed to get that point across. I needed you to understand it. So, that's my point for the day. And I will talk to you guys later. And again, I love you guys. And I'll always be here for you.